I'm not gonna lie with y'all. Right now I feel pretty tired. I feel like I could really go for some caffeine right now, and tomorrow I've gotta be up at 6. So honestly, having caffeine right now would not be the best idea. Back in the day, I used to be a caffeine junkie. And when I say I was a caffeine junkie, I was pretty decent. You know, I would drink Ghosts, Monsters, Reigns, but dude, freaking White Monsters, amazing. The blue Sour Patch Kid Ghost, amazing. But the Swedish Fish Ghost, hold on. The Swedish Fish Ghost, I don't drink energy drinks anymore. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing to drink energy drinks. The high amount of caffeine that is in energy drinks, it has an effect on me. And honestly, it's not that good of an effect. Starting my junior year of college, that's when it really started to pick up for me. Classes got harder, I had to stay up later, and I needed something just to help me get through the day so that I could focus and concentrate. One of my really good friends loves caffeine and loves energy drinks. He introduced me to the wonderful world of Reigns. But if you don't know, Reigns have a very high amount of caffeine. They have 300 milligrams of caffeine per can. My college that I went to had a campus store where they would sell stuff like this, where they would sell snacks, ready-made meals. My college had a in-college currency system that you would buy with your meal plan. I had a meal plan and I had a lot of these dollars, so I would just go to the college corner store and just buy Reigns, buy energy drinks, and I would just chug them, just sip on them, and just enjoy them. Whenever I do drink caffeine, it helps me focus and helps me lock in, so that's kind of why I justified having caffeine sometimes and why I justified having energy drinks. Just because it would help me focus, honestly. There was one day my heart was beating irregularly. It was actually kind of concerning. I was with two of my old roommates, and I just noticed afterwards, I was like, my heart does not feel right. You can criticize me all you want for this, but I did not go to a doctor. I basically self-diagnosed myself saying, okay, I don't need to have this amount of caffeine ever. And so for the rest of my junior year and for my senior year, I swore off energy drinks. I graduated college, and then I started working and I realized, holy crap, this hits a lot different than college. I realized very quickly that working expends a lot more energy than doing coursework. I would still not get energy drinks throughout the work week just because it didn't feel right to me to do that. Instead, I would give myself an energy drink as a treat. I would get myself one to reward myself for getting through a hard weeks of work. Fridays, maybe even Saturday. And then on Sunday for church, I would get myself an energy drink just so that I can get through the day. Friday through Sunday, I could be consuming anywhere from 3 to 4 energy drinks. But if I was on vacation or if I was visiting back home, that number would creep up to like maybe 7 or 8. Quick little education. The recommended daily limit for caffeine is 400 milligrams a day. There are people that I know that brag about drinking 3 to 5 Monsters a day, saying that they don't even need water. My brother in Christ, that amount of caffeine will send you into cardiac arrest. Now you're probably so curious though, what effect did caffeine really have on you? Like, it couldn't really be that bad. And well, I may be a bit dramatic with saying this, but it made me feel very depressed. This is what I meant. I would drink it and I would feel a very high emotional high. I would feel very happy. I'd feel great, honestly, after drinking that stuff. But then when that emotional low hit, oh brother, it hit hard. You know how at 2 a.m. you have those thoughts about your life where you're just overthinking everything and you're internalizing everything? For me, whenever I would have that amount of caffeine, that would get amplified times 5. If I was especially going through, let's say, some depression, some heartache over somebody, some stress over work, some family matters, some things going on with friends, that would get amplified times 10. And it would lead me to spiral. It would lead me to think a lot of dark things. And I realized this too, with the amount of caffeine I was drinking, I was consuming a lot of chemicals. Chemicals that could have an effect on me when I get older, especially with how long I was drinking this stuff for. So, I swore them off. Cut them out completely. It's been pretty good. Now, I still do take some caffeine. I mean, obviously, every now and then I might have a soda, which very inconsequential amount of caffeine. That amount of caffeine, like, I'm immune to. The only caffeinated beverage that I honestly will consume is probably coffee. I'll go to a coffee shop on Saturdays, order myself a coffee, sit down, maybe even get a bagel and just work on stuff. Sundays, I just make a coffee at church. Coffee has a lot less caffeine than energy drinks do. And coffee is actually natural. And coffee is actually pretty good for you. Coffee is a natural appetite suppressant. It helps with digestion and metabolism as well. If you're trying to lose weight and if you're trying to, have some caffeine that's not too much, but it's gonna keep you from like eating stuff, well, coffee's gonna help you. And yeah, I love coffee. I'm actually thinking about getting a Keurig or a coffee machine for myself so that I can make my own coffee at home and not have to go out to a coffee shop to buy a coffee every time. Yeah, it's getting close to my bedtime, so I think I might want to wrap this up soon. I really want to clarify this. I am not saying to not drink energy drinks. Anything in moderation is a good thing. Anything in excess is a bad thing. And if you notice that your consumption of energy drinks is affecting your mental status, is affecting you physically, or even too, like if you build a chemical dependency on this stuff, that's bad, and straight up, that's addiction. I'm not saying drinking energy drinks is gonna lead you to taking drugs. What I am saying is that drinking energy drinks could lead you to get a higher resistance to caffeine. You drinking more caffeinated beverages, and then that's gonna lead you to develop some heart issues in the future. Be very careful how you consume caffeine because it has an effect on you. I believe caffeine can be used for a good thing. So use it wisely, use it well, and you should be good. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. God bless. Also, I never drank any rock stars. I just never tried them. I don't know, they seem kind of off to me. To me, whenever I looked at Rockstar, I felt like the moment I would drink that, I would have the sudden urge to punch drywall. And so I just never drank it. I don't know why I thought I had to say that. That's just an extra thought. Okay, peace.